Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're going to be tackling something that I think we can all relate to.
Yeah.
How to resist temptation.
Mm-hmm.
And, we've got a really interesting source to kind of dig into on this one, an excerpt that, it focuses on practical ways to deal with temptation.
Exactly.
Using this idea from 1 Corinthians 10.43.
Right. And I think what's so cool about this is that it's not just some preachy or religious thing.
Right.
It's about really understanding the psychology of why we give in and those tools that we can use to make different choices.
That's a great point. And that's what we're all about here, right?
Yeah.
Giving you guys some actionable advice.
Exactly.
So 1 Corinthians 10.3 it says that God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. So it kind of implies that we all have a limit, this point where we just can't resist anymore.
Yeah, it's a really interesting idea, isn't it? It's like everyone has a breaking point,
Right.
A level of temptation they can't withstand.
Exactly.
But how do we know what our personal limit is? It's not like we've got this gauge that we can just check.
Exactly. It's like a stress test for our willpower.
Yeah.
But we don't know when it's going to fail.
We don't know when we're going to snap.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So how does this whole understanding of our limits help us practically resist temptation?
Well, that's where those practical strategies come in.
Okay.
Right. And maybe those strategies are really just ways of staying well below our limit.
Okay. I like that.
One that I think really resonates with a lot of people is recognizing our triggers.
Uh-huh.
What gets you going?
Okay.
Is it that late night infomercial?
Oh, yeah.
For that gadget you absolutely do not need? Or is it that display of fresh baked cookies at the grocery store?
Oh, the cookies get me every time.
Yeah.
But okay, let's talk about recognizing triggers.
Yeah.
How can people actually do that?
Well, it's like you become this detective of your own behavior.
Oh, I like that.
Pay attention to what situations, what emotions, even what people make you more likely to give in. So are you more likely to go on an online shopping spree when you're stressed?
Oh, yeah. That's me.
Do you crave those sugary treats when you're feeling lonely?
Okay.
So once you know those triggers, you can start to come up with strategies to either avoid them or navigate them more skillfully.
So you're creating a personalized early warning system.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
But what about when you just can't avoid a trigger? They're everywhere.
Well, that's where building those positive habits can really help.
Okay.
If you fill your life up with things that are good for you, those activities you love, healthy relationships, pursuing your passions, you're less likely to be looking for those quick hits of instant gratification that often lead to temptation.
So you're crowding out the bad with the good.
Exactly.
If your life is already full of these amazing things, temptation has less space to kind of sneak in.
Less room to take root.
Yeah, you're building resilience. That's great. What other strategies can we use?
Well, don't underestimate the power of your support system.
Oh, yeah.
Whether it's a trusted friend, a mentor, maybe even a therapist. Talking about your struggles with temptation can provide accountability and encouragement.
Okay.
It's like having that workout buddy.
I like that analogy.
Right. They help you stay on track with your fitness goals. Having someone in your corner can make a huge difference.
That makes so much sense. So we've got recognizing triggers. We've got building positive habits. We've got seeking support. Are there any others that we should be thinking about?
Yeah, absolutely. One that's often overlooked is the power of mindfulness.
Okay.
So when you feel tempted, just take a moment to pause and really pay attention to what you're feeling. What sensations are you experiencing in your body? What thoughts are running through your mind?
Okay.
Simply observing those feelings without judgment can really help. You create some space between the urge and the action.
It's like hitting pause on autopilot.
Exactly.
I love that. So we've got this whole toolbox full of strategies now.
Yeah.
Recognizing triggers, building positive habits, seeking support, practicing mindfulness. Now, our source also mentions that God always provides a way out of temptation. So how can our listeners apply this to their own lives?
Well, that way out could look like a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a sudden shift in perspective. Maybe it's like a surge of willpower or a timely intervention from a friend.
Okay.
What's really important is to remember that even in the middle of temptation, you're not powerless. You always have a choice.
I love that. What a powerful thought. So to sum it all up, we don't have to feel defeated by temptation.
Right.
By understanding the psychology behind it and using these practical strategies, we can make choices that really align with our values.
Exactly. And that's what it's all about.
Absolutely. So until next time,
Take care.
stay curious. and keep driving deep.